Hello, Kalu Kalay. How are we doing today? So, everyone, how are we doing today? My name is Notepad Anon, and I write games for fun. We're going to be working on the Unofficial Elona TTRPG. Yes, the Unofficial Elona TTRPG, a game about doing anything you feel like. Now, I've got the basics set up. The absolute basics, effectively. I don't have any of the lore because I'm actually having Cole write the lore. Why do I want Cole to write the lore? Because he knows it better than me, and because the world map doesn't actually work. Because this is technically the world map, it's nonsense, by the way. It is complete nonsense, and it makes no sense. It's great. So, I'm not gonna worry about it, okay? Okay. Currently there's debates going on. Good old... Oh, jeez. Oh god, people are talking about the Writer Saga again. Good times. I like the Writer Saga. But yes. So, for those curious, this is the title card. I couldn't find like a really good image of the title, but this is the actual title screen of Elona. So I just said it's the Unofficial Elona TTRPG by me. The font we're using for we're using Ibra Real Nova. And that's going Ibarra or Ibarra Real Nova. That's going to be our heading font, while our body font is actually Lexand, but it's not the normal Lexand, if that makes sense. It is extra light, because I like lighter fonts. I don't know, I find them easier to read. So that's kind of our current state. Today I want to get the basics of how the game is going to be playing. That's the goal, really. Yes, Elona. I live it when burritos makers put things in sections inside the down the whole burrito. Oh, I love it when burrito makers put things in sections instead of down the whole burrito. Just a mouthful of sour cream. You get used to it after a while. Every now and again, you bite into it, being like, oh, there's everything. Or they put absolutely nothing of something on it. It's just like, oh, I want lettuce on my burrito. And then they put like a single, like little tiny bit of it, and then it's like, oh, there's nothing here anymore. Well, boy oh boy. This is great. Oh goodness. It's just rice chicken pico sour cream. Okay, let's see. We'll start with you. No. Yes. We'll start with the thing to get me up, and then when I am high, I will then drink the thing to bring me back down. Because that's how I live my life. Up and down, rapid speeds. You're not living unless you're dying, everyone. So yeah, here we go. This is what we gotta do today. As for the usual, when it comes to commission projects, I'm usually a little bit more detailed when it comes to them. TRPG is about wandering the world of Ilva in search of fame, fortune, and destiny for wayward heroes and fools. Along their journey, they will encounter enemies most foul, friends willing to help, and the ever-encroaching Ether Wind. Whenever a this game uses every kind of uses a special number of dice, namely all of them, ranging from D0 to D999. All dice are technically possible, all dice are technically possible. While most gaming dice sets will have D4, D6, D8, D10 or D12. D12 or D20. Namely all of them, ranging from 0 to 99. 999 999 sides, D0 to D999. All dice are technically possible. While most gaming dice sets will have D4, D6, D8, D10, or D20, and D20. Elona, the unofficial Elona TTRPG is unique in that front. It is encouraged to use a VTT or virtual tabletop to play the game correctly, while not strictly mandatory. It will make certain aspects much simpler. See. A number of players, PL, will take the role of the heroes. We'll take the role of the heroes, going on quests, completing jobs, and solving mysteries. The game is designed for 3 to 5 PL. 3 to 5 PL is designed for 3 to 5 heroes, but more or less is possible. But actually I should say, but more are possible. For 1 to 5 heroes, I should say, yeah, 1 to 5 is the same for 1 to 5 heroes, but more are possible, but will slow things down. One PL will take the role, has a special, but will slow things down. As heroes, they will take the role of their character, acting as them, and embodying their ideals in the world. One PL has a special role. The dungeon master, but we can probably come up with a better name. Elona Wiki. Tell me more about the Elona Wiki. Or the Eternal League of the Nefaria. Oh, we've got a manly co-host. We've actually got a very special manly today, because we've evolved a manly. We have legs now. Have you determined a core mechanic or wondered what brought you to this point in your life? Yes, it is. The core mechanic is a D100. D100 system at its very core. We're using the D1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and so on, for a vast majority of other roles and checks and problems, but mostly for combat, because we determined something about how to make a character, which was a little bit interesting, because we backhacked the math of how to actually, how do I want to word this, of how to actually register how a character looks. It's a little bit interesting because if we go here, if you want to make an actual character, this is what you have to do. You actually take your earls are pretty much normal humans, most normal humans, while warriors are fighter people. Effectively, you're adding these to these. However, what are the dice rolls? These are the dice rolls, technically, for your... for you to actually get your stats. These are what you actually have to roll. D3, D4, D5. We also determined through a little bit of trickery and magic that it is entirely possible for a longsword to do like D23 damage, or more accurately 2D23 damage. Sometimes there are certain weapons that might do like 4d6 damage, but have a base starting die value of 3. Yeah, Elona's autistic because it's a video game written by someone who is also autistic. It's great. But yes, hopefully, do you enjoy the optimized manly? Getting his legs were a little bit complicated. I actually had to go through some hoops to get the legs to work properly, but I think leg manly is the next evolution of Tiger Ball of Tiger Sonas. He's truly artistic. I love him. No, it just isn't autistic. No, but he's schizo. I know, that's the best part. He's a schizo like delusional individual who made a completely autistic game that I had to backhack all the fucking math for, but he made just super net hack. That's all. Elona is really at its core. At its very core, it's a net hack, I guess you would. It's someone's anime net hack. The PL has one PL has a very special role, the Dungeon Master. Again, do we have a better name for the Dungeon Master? Welcome to the Dungeon Master. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm coming. Yeah, mind you, let's see. I actually read through the entire story of I was like, you know what? I'm gonna read the entire story of Elona just to get like a basic idea, just to make sure that I'm in the right, just to make sure I'm in the right world, just so I'm in the right idea, that I know what I'm doing. I read it all. Wow, that's all I gotta say. Wow. Yeah, now mind you, he does go through all of this. This is technically the main story of the game, of the first game anyway. But it also doesn't mean much of anything. Like, you can almost completely ignore the main story, and arguably you're encouraged to, because the main story is very wonky. So I've been looking around trying to find the ideal... where was... Literally, you go down the... You go down, like, the super final boss area. It's just like, yeah, here's the final boss of everything. And according to the story, anyway, like, that's completely irrelevant. That's the funniest part about the entire thing. Like, it's almost completely irrelevant of actually playing the game, if that makes sense. Which I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Yeah, this is the final boss. This is Zeom, the false prophet. He is completely irrelevant to the actual story, which is one of my funniest fucking things in the world. Nobody actually mentions him in the main story. You just fight him and he dies. Because it's well, gang stalking and using micro give him heck. He basically was Japanese King Terry. Yeah, but now he's making Ellen, which yeah, Ellen is This is the prequel to the game, actually. Yeah, this is a prequel to the story, mind you, of good old Ellen. It's apparently coming soon, mind you. It has gotten the funding. It is a go-go. It's happening, everyone. And so now you too can play the most autistic Japanese roguelike ever, except it's new. Very interestingly enough about that, though, is it is a Noah does know about me because Cole emailed his people, and apparently when Ellen is done, he will consider it. So there's a non-zero chance I am going to be writing a vaguely commercial product for me and Cole to make some sick dosh on as we release our very own Japanese Doujin RPG for the Elona RPG. Get ready, everybody. I'm gonna be like Anvil and famous in Japan. We are so fucking back. When PL has special role, the Dungeon Master DM, who will control the overworld and its inhabitants. Where the heroes must control. Where the heroes control themselves. The DM will manage the story and the world around them, reacting and acting. Reacting to their actions, as well as narrating the story unfolding before them. Jobs, Dungeon Master. Making a check. Whenever a hero is put under stress, or has a chance of failure, they will make a check. They will make a check. This is done by taking two D10s and rolling them together. One die will be marked as the tens place, while the other will be the ones place. For example, rolling a 4 and a 6 would mean the hero rolled a 46. Would mean the hero rolled a 46. Whenever they must perform a check, they will reference one of their skills, need and attempt to roll under it. For example, if a hero needs to roll to make a, what would be a good cooking is usually pretty reliable. Oh, if a hero needs to make a cooking check, they will cooking check, and they have a skill rating, of 45. of 50 of 56 of 55 of 56, they will need to roll under 56. They'll need to roll under 56. Roll equal to or under 56. 50 so if the hero rolls a 45, they are successful and bypass and cook their meal. They roll a 75. If they roll a 72, then they've failed. Hmm. 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 If a hero ever rolls doubles 44, 55, 66. They've scored a special. They've scored a critical. Criticals double the effectiveness of the check. Cooking fat, making things go faster, be better. Do we want to do dubs? That's a question. We can do dubs is safe. I will say this, like, dubs are really safe when it comes to like D100 critical chance, as it's effectively, if I have a 50, it's I have 11, I have 22, 33, 44. I've got about a 4% chance of critting. However, if I've got higher, then suddenly my chance goes up for critting. But it's still a very low chance. However, we could also do by margins of 20. Actually, or margins, we could do degrees of success. We could do that. Let's see. I have it in my notes as dubs, because dubs is very reliable. Let's see. Let me think of the D100. We could do it the Harn method, which was 0 or 5. So if you have the Harn method, which is 0 or 5. So it would be, if you have a 50, for example, it would be you rolled a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. That would be a critical success, and everything else would be critical failures. There's degrees of success, so a critical, if you have a 50, would be anything lower than 30. You have the... I think I'm going to go with the dubs. I like dubs, unless Cole says something, I will change it, but I like the dubs so far. Rolls doubles, they've scored a critical. Who Shena? Shena works in Vernus. Sheena's ass is the best. Everyone loves Sheena's ass. Everyone should know that Sheena's ass is the best, that you could bounce a quarter off of it. It's one of those weird Janglish lines from the translation. Pretty much there is the first town you go into. If you talk to literally anybody, they will all comment on on one of the bar servers' ass. Every single one of them will talk about Sheena's ass in some varieties. Sheena's a woman whose ass is loved by everyone. Legitimately, they will talk about her ass. Women talk about her ass. Men talk about her ass. Children talk about her ass. It does not matter. They will talk about Sheena's ass. That sounds realistic. Yeah. And then you talk to her, and she's actually very nice. And technically, in the base game, she's a warrior. But in Elona Plus, they change her to a waitress. They give her a different class entirely. Our very strong weapon you could steal from nobles. Yeah, it's one of those beautiful weird lines that like defines Elona. Doubles the effectiveness to make things go faster. Be higher quality. By choking people out like she fought by choking people out like those Broly picks. Broly Kulo. Now it's time for... We already have a Manly, by the way. Do not try to buy another Manly unless you want to shoot Manly. You can always gun down Manly. You know, heroically. You know, shooting Manly right in the fucking head, even though he's optimized. I mean, look at all that gear he has. You've got the magic book, you've got the shotgun, you've got the glowing sword, which the glow kinda... Like, the glow didn't really persist, but you can see a very light glow on this. This took a while to do, because I need to find a very particular image. Most notably of a Poland ball with a massive penis. I needed to find Poland ball with a massive fucking schlong to get the legs. But that is the sacrifice I am willing to make for you all. Why? Because technically... technically, it is based off a... This is... Tiger Ball here, focus. Yeah, Tiger Ball here, I'm explaining something. Tiger Ball here is actually based off a Russian comic. And that Russian comic is pretty much a Russian propaganda Poland ball, for lack of a better word. It's Russian propaganda Poland ball, and Pol memed it and gave Poland a massive peak. Usually followed by it violating Tiger Ball and or Russia. But yes, let's get back to business. Let's get back to business. To defeat der Huns. I've spent 5 hours downloading mods for Fallout 4. Why would I've downloaded no mods for my Fallout 4 run so far. Playing John Fallout I think is the intended experience, so critical doubles the effectiveness of the check, make things go faster, be higher quality, or deal more damage. Whenever a hero critical. However, a critical if the check is a failure also means catastrophic failure as well. Also means critical failure as well. Where's often something going comically wrong, or being open to an immediate counterattack by an enemy. Finally. How are you doing? Why are you streaming so early? Because I wanted to stream. I meant to stream a lot earlier. I just kind of got distracted with things. I'm doing well. Mostly I wanted to get this done early. I just want to kind of work on things a little bit earlier today. Six Gun Fury is not going to be long. The video for Wednesday is not going to be a long video. Six Gun Fury was originally going to be part of a rapid fire. I moved it to its own video because I wanted this week to be kind of relaxed a little bit shorter videos. At most, I'm going to think it's going to be about 3 minutes. Mostly talking about Western games in general, because I find Western games to be kind of interesting. Because there are a lot of Western games Yes, it is D100, but all the weird dice are also included because they're mandatory. Because Elona fundamentally does not exist without all the weird dice. Wait for the notification while working. Now I'm getting ready to leave work, Lamau. Yes, I usually stream much later. But here I am. Let's see. Something going comically wrong or being open to immediate counterattack by an enemy. Finally, if a... Yes. Pretty much every single one of Elona's weapons is based off a die that does not exist. Almost every single one of them. And it's either rewrite the entirety of how combat functions and how some of the dice work, or we improvise. Finally, if a hero is... Let's see. Finally, if a hero is being assisted by another... Actually, no. We've understood what a check is. Like, at its very core, it's like, this is what a check is, this is how it works, however we're willing to do, Favor and ruin. During their adventures, the heroes will encounter situations which will be signs of favor, or their ruin. Whenever an action has favor, they will gain a plus 10 to their skill rating. When our action has favor, while ruin is the opposite, incurring a negative 10 to their skill rating. These counter one another, but can stack up to 5 times each, plus 50, negative 50, depending on the ease or difficulty of the check taking place. Whenever an ally is assisting a hero, they will always have one favor. They always have one favor. However, always have one favor. If the ally is particularly skilled in the 50 plus, 60 plus, they will incur 2 favor. Finally, they will particularly skilled 75 skill rating. Skill rating or more, they will grant 2 favor. If in not every check can benefit from assistance. Not every check can benefit from assistance. Sometimes not benefit from assistance, especially more complicated tasks requiring specific skills or training in certain areas. Kind of a little bit of both. So it's kind of the idea like you're getting bonuses by virtue of like, hey, we're working together, we're doing a thing. Let's see. So we've got kind of what everyone's going to be playing. We know how to make a check. We know what favor and ruin is. Feels like I'm missing something. What am I missing? The Scribble Doctrine. A roll of 10-10. Roll of 10-10 is read as 100, not 0. Not 0. Roll of 10-10 is read as a 100, not 0. There we go. Just add that in real fast. Just a nice, easy little. Actually, I do. Wouldn't hurt to add in this. In rare circumstances or particularly powerful enemies, skills may rise above 100%. Above 100%. If this occurs, the character, the hero, if this occurs, the skill is. If this occurs, the character will still fail a check. Will still fail a check if they roll a 99 or 100. 99 or 100. 99 or 100. But they will still record their. And they will still fail a check if they roll a 99 or 100. However, if a no, I know what we can do. We can do what they say in the hood. Is this based on Elona Plus or any of the fork of that weird game? Generally speaking, I am going to be focusing on Elona. Not Elona. I'm not going to be trying to like put in too much stuff from like Elona Plus or Omake or anything like that. It's mostly going to be based on Elona proper. If only because Plus adds a bunch of stuff, Omake adds a bunch of stuff, and they change the nature of the game in a variety of ways. I'm using some of the wording from Plus, but the core concepts, I guess you could say, is going to be mostly based off Elona. Mostly because you have to do something like that. And it gets particularly because, like, part of me does not actually want to set the game in North Tyrus. Part of me does not want to set the game there, because that doesn't feel quite right. Gamble. You know, I like raises. A raise is a. Actually, no. Oh. Gamble. Call it a gamble. Gambles. Actually, no. I'll know what we can call it. We call it gambits. I like gambits. That's a nice word. Gambit. Shena has the same skills she has in Elona proper, but now she knows firearms. Yes, because they changed her to a waitress, and she has a gun now. Gambits. A gambit is it allows the heroes to make their life allows the heroes to risk themselves for increased or heightened effects. When a hero declares a gambit, they will take ruin. they will take ruin to the they will take a ruin. They'll take a ruin for every additional effect they want to occur. For example, if a hero is cooking something, getting it done, making it perfect. Actually, for example, if a hero is crafting something, they may choose to finish it fast, finish it faster, of higher quality. May choose to finish it faster and of higher quality, resulting in two ruin, -20 to their check. Yeah, I've realized kind of, how do I want to word this? If this works the way that I want it to, I could probably backhack and just make a roguelike TTRPG pretty easily from this. It'd be weird. On Staff's rules to steal. Well, what's your opinion on Staff's rules to steal? I have no idea what that is. You need to change the dice for NetHack. Luckily, NetHack is pretty much just AD&D. Like, the idea for the dice, though, here's the thing. The dice are fairly uniquely Elona. And I don't... If it came to it, I could probably... Where I'm going to be using the weird dice are very particular. It's pretty much going to be character creation and, like, weapons. If I backhack it, I can change those pretty easily. I can surgically remove those parts with relative ease, and that's kind of what I want to do. I always knew about this going in, that it would be the game itself is going to be entirely built off a very strong, strong core foundation, and this is it. Resulting in 2 runes to the check. If the gambit effectively, gambits allow a hero to, quote, force a critical result in exchange for difficulty. This also allows heroes with skill ratings over 100 to receive, quote, free raises as they limit themselves, as they receive free raises as they to receive free gambits as they will always fail a test on a 99 or 100. So effectively, the idea is, like, if I have 120 in my in a skill, I should just do 2. I effectively have 2 free gambits. 2 free gambits if I have nothing else affecting me. I should always take the gambits, because I'm going to fail on a 99 or 100 anyway. There's no problem with me doing that. But I can also take 3 I can also say, hey, I'm going to take 3 gambits, which is bringing you only down to a 90, which is still pretty good. And that's effectively 3 critical results, which could mean, hey, you do a shit ton more damage. You get to, like, do a lot more damage. You hit someone really hard. You finish something of higher quality. That's easier. That's better. That is, it takes you half the time. That's kind of the idea. And I think that'll work pretty well. Also, it gives people who have actually, I should do. If two or more characters are in opposition to one another, they will make an opposed check. There are two kinds of opposed checks: static and active. Static opposed checks are based on the relative value of the opposition by an active participant, by an active character. For example, sneaking past a guard. Let's see. Sneaking past a guard would be in opposed stealth versus detection. Stealth versus detection. Stealth versus detection. If the guard's detection is 50, and the hero's stealth is 60, they would receive a favor as it is 10 above. They would receive a favor as it is better than their opponents. As it is better than the guards. However, if the guard's detection 60, the hero's stealth is 40, it's 50. They'll take ruin as they are inferior to the guard. Effectively, it's kind of a push and pull kind of thing. It's just like, if you're equal, it's just a raw roll. Just make a raw roll. However, if they have like really shitty detection and you have really good stealth, you get a bonus to it because it's just easier getting past someone who's not good at it. It's static. Just you're looking at them, they're not really paying attention, but you're not really doing that. Active opposed checks. After active opposed checks, have both parties roll their skill, roll a test. Both parties roll a check. Whoever if both fail, it's a complete mess. As its complete mess has both bumble around, failing to accomplish much. If one succeeds and the other fails, they will the victor takes the spoils. If both succeed, whoever scored a higher result will be let's see, both bumble around, failing to accomplish much, with the lower result coming up slightly ahead. If both succeed, whoever scored the highest result will be victorious. If a critical is rolled, it will always take precedent. It will always take precedent as the victor. So effectively, if you roll an 11 and they roll a 60, and you both succeed, you would always win because you rolled a critical. They did not roll a critical, even if they won a lot. This does enable like characters who do succeed but maybe have a low skill versus someone who's really good at something with a really high skill you do have a chance of saying, hey, I've done it because I crit and you didn't. It doesn't matter how good you are. Sometimes people are lucky, and so turns out some people are just naturally luckier than you. Whoever, let's see, if Gambit is used during an opposed check, whoever had the most number of whoever had the largest number of gambits will be successful, as each gambit counts as a quote crit. So it's like, yeah, you really want to succeed, gambit, throw a bunch of gambits at the problem. Rules to steal. So let's watch.
Today we're going to talk about hello internet. Today we're going to talk about stealing. I've played a good number of tabletop roles.
Oh, hi Seth. What do you? Bonus penalty dice, inspiration, pushing rolls. I've seen that. Connection rules. Where do you get?
Another in a tavern or something. Each character has two other characters where they share a history with.
Oh. Relation inspiration.
And their key NPCs, which that value can be at that.
Relation. Okay. Talking analysis phase. Where are you getting this? Oh, fuck me. He's citing righteous blood and ruthless blades? Ew. No. Bad. Don't do that.
It's an automatic success for their die pool, and it separates story points from being just like to the character. It's not really like any...
I mean, bonus and penalty dice are fine. Inspiration from... Like, he's literally citing fucking 5e inspiration, which is a dog shit mechanic, by the way. Fucking hate inspiration. Pushing rolls isn't bad. It's just... That's effectively just that's effectively what I've written, is pushing it. It's just making your life harder. Connections are fine. You gotta build the system around it, kind of thing. Like, the talking analysis... The idea behind the, like, righteous blood and ruthless blades. Why do you dislike righteous blade is... How do I want to word this? Righteous blade is a mistake. Righteous blood and ruthless blades. Like, that sounds a little bit mean. Let me explain a little bit. The issue with Righteous Blood and Ruthless Blades is that it took Wandering Heroes of Ogre Gate and learned absolutely nothing from it. If that's the secret, it learned absolutely nothing from that game, and it pretty much, one of the ideas behind that game is that everyone has these signature techniques, but the signature techniques fall into two categories of incredibly specific or mandatory. And if you don't take and you get so few of these unless you start taking fire deviations. And if you don't take if you take a fire deviation, which you should, there's a chance you just instantly explode and die. And it's just like, sorry, you rolled poorly on your fire deviation. Your character is dead and can never use any combat technique ever again because he's a fucking worthless waste of space. The entirety of the analysis and, like, kind of like talking phase is a good idea. The problem is it is built on such a faulty ground because you have so few techniques in that game, and there are so many gimmick ones that, like, you should never take. Like, there's a big reference to it's not Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. Fuck, I can't even remember the fucking... It's the parody one with the two people who don't like each other very much. With Butler and Relay, not Kung Fu. I can't remember the name. I'm having a fucking stroke. The issue with Righteous Blood is that for every good idea it puts down an immediately more dog shit one. And since it's written by Jeremy Deathblade by, I can't take it seriously. But it is also the only game where you can just take a ballista and win every fight. Yeah, you can just roll a ballista around. I don't know why they have it in that game, but yes, you can totally just take a ballista and shoot people with it. It's very silly and not very good. I still need to go over the Tale of Song Ling. But yeah, Righteous, like, the talking and analysis phase is literally sizing up your opponent, and that's a fairly important mechanic. Except you have to, what you're really trying to do is suss out their, I gotta give the accurate representation. Killing aura darkness. Yeah, you have to go over that. Osprey games are interesting. There's a few I want to go over. There's the Da Vinci game. Really want to go over the Da Vinci game. Want to go over the Sigil. I liked Sigil and Shadow. The thing I wish with Sigil and Shadow is that it made a decision of what it wanted to be. And he was making moves with that because he actually published a zine with it. And he published a zine which was in a really good direction for it. The issue with that is that he had a bunch of life issues pop up and he hasn't been able to make any more zines for it. But I like Sigil and Shadow. It's not a bad system. A little simple, but it's what you need. Paleo Myth is in the ancient case. It's been in the ancient case for a while, but I haven't. If you've noticed, I haven't had poll time for anyone to go over any new games because I've had so many games that I've needed to go over, especially this month. Like we did Fatal, we did a couple other games. We've had a few big cases this month. I haven't really been able to go over any of them. But generally speaking, it's been pretty solid. But yeah, we went over Fatal. Fatal was interesting for all the wrong reasons. But next month, what I'll probably do is put up the poll. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, to see what we do. Because currently, I only have a single case for next month that I really want to do. And that's the franchise. I have a franchise case of a few games that came out recently that I'm kind of curious on. At this point, I might make a video on the Assassin's Creed one, the Assassin's Creed Quick Start, because I went over the Assassin's Creed Quick Start. And that game has a lot of issues. And I don't know what the plan is with that one. Fatal's gonna get a video for sure. For sure. For real, no cap. Let's see. If we do this, we've got good room everywhere. We just put a big image right there. We put a nice big image right there to set the tone a little bit. We put an image, and we put two images right here, kind of smaller images to kind of highlight, hey, this is what a gambit is. Hey, this is what. All right. Cool. Choo-choo. So we've got the basic. We've got that done. So what I'm gonna do now is, let's see, how long have we been streaming? We've been streaming for about an hour. Senzar. Oh, I've never seen, like, what the fuck is this? Oh goodness. See, this is the kind of shit that I would want to go over. I need to find. That's just a predator, everyone. That's just a fucking predator. You can't just put a predator in the. You can't just put a predator in your game and expect me not to notice. Like. Oh my god, he's literally me. God, look at that bulge. Oh man, I'm gonna have to bother Luca about this one. Senzar, that looks like some top class Kino. Phoenix Command, I've gone vaguely over Phoenix Command. Phoenix Command is hard to go over because there isn't really a lot of game. The thing with Phoenix Command, to be perfectly honest, it is not a complicated game. It's not a hard game. Because the secret with Phoenix Command is actually really interesting. Because I'm gonna tell you the rules for everything that isn't shooting a gun. Wing it. They have a single paragraph for every single rule that is not shooting a gun in Phoenix Command. And it's improvise something. Wraithu is on my list. I have it. I don't know where to put it. If I get Senzar, I might do a double feature. That would be a funny one. The Trinity. Bad games. The Trinity. But yeah, no, I would like to do more Ospreys. I've got a few Osprey cases. Like, the thing with Ospreys is that I don't know if I want to put them all into like one video, like one stream being like, here's a bunch of Osprey games. Or I want to like put them in like their own more diversely interested games. Like, hey, I want to talk about the Templar game, Heretic Knights, I think it's called. No, Follow the Templars. I want to talk about that game, but do I put it in like a medieval fantasy one? Do I put it in its own thing, or do I kind of put it with the Osprey? There's a few answers to that one. None of them are really good, but yeah, no. If someone can get Senzar, I would be more than happy to go over that. Ilva is home to a variety of nations and people. Each one unique and ready to venture forth in pursuit of their own destiny. While each hero has a unique life story, unique story to why they started wandering. The key facet is that they have dedicated themselves to wandering the land dedicated themselves to exploring the land, uncovering mysteries and getting caught up in local problems. When creating a hero, they will need the player will need determine a number of features about them. We determine a number of features about them, each of which will determine their fate and how others react to them. So we do heritage. We go to Elona races. Tell me more about the races. So, I don't necessarily have, like, these are all of the races so far I have. I'm gonna break these down into, like, common races, like, common races and the uncommon races. So, common races are, human, actually, we'll do Earls, which is going to be the young kingdom, common ancestries, young kingdom of learned humans, Uldurino, old empire of magic humans, dwarf. Let's see, we want dwarves and other races fairly common. I took away Lich because Lich was a little bit outside the extent of Elia, I guess. Pretty much there's 3 varieties of human. That's where things get a little bit wonky, because like dwarves are fairly common. I guess you would call the Elia fairly common. And uncommon ancestries would be mutants, golems, goblins. Yeah, I guess, do you consider goblins to be common? Goals make you go through 2 wikis in 1 week. Yeah, it's Elona's weird because, like, how do I want to word this? They do not fucking tell you jack shit about the actual lore of the game at all. They do not in any capacity tell you about the actual world of Elona. It is such a non-priority for them, and I understand it completely. Like, who the fuck cares? Like, they outright almost they are everything except saying, like, we do not give a fucking shit about any of this. Like, we do not care in the goddamn slightest. And it's like... Let's see, if I want to do like Elona, because then the thing is, like, you have to go to things like this, because if you go to here, you have to go here, so it's like, okay, let's go to the Japanese wiki. Is the Japanese wiki up? No, of course not. Is this up? No, of course not. That where I need to go? Who fucking knows? Because it's all in fucking Japanese. For not wiki for Elona, not top page. Is that what I'm looking at? Fuck is this? Yeah, because mind you, this is the world. This is the world that just exists, and no, I have no idea why it works this way. I have no fucking clue. And they don't talk about it at all. It's completely irrelevant. And it's like, I want to learn more. Elona, can I learn more about the setting? No, you can't. Why? Because fuck you. Like, no, you can't. The fucking forms up. It's no, the Japanese up. Let me think. What am I thinking? Fuck me. Where's it good? I'm not looking for, because they actually had like a breakdown. I can't even find the fucking website where thing is, because there's nothing here, by the way. That's the funny part. That's the real funny haha moment. Yeah, no, I got the everything. Yeah, everything is conducted by, there is a story. Yeah, there is like a full story. There is like a full-on fucking story going on. Quite literally, this is the joke. This is the funny thing. I'm gonna go to like show you like what the main story is. If you go like do the main story, someone translated the entire thing. The entire main story has you not take part in it. You meet 2 of these characters, by the way, in actual game. The rest you do not meet. They are completely irrelevant. As you notice, Bethel is like this main character of the story. He is completely irrelevant to the actual game. They never mention, mind you, like the main villain, quote unquote, of the game. They never mention him. Because he's irrelevant. So you're secondary to the actual main characters. That's the funny thing. I can't even say that. I can't say that. That's the funny part. Because you have a story. You are a full-fledged different character doing your own actual story of saving the world from a chaos god. And you do that. You fucking kick ass. You work for Palmia. You are a literal hero that is completely irrelevant to the story they're telling. I think like the best way to kind of like think about it would be picture you're playing like a game where you're like being a hero and you're being awesome and stuff. And every now and again, you come across like a TV or like a newspaper or something telling the story of a completely different character, of a completely different set of characters, and how they are doing things, definitely doing cool things, while you're saving the world, like. And I thought about it because they're like, oh man, here's like this really dangerous situation and we have to do this. Like we're struggling. Oh no. And we've got to stop the bad guy. Well, you're like hovering around as a god man with a fucking golden orb of death, you know, wielding the level 17 billion sword of fuck you, made of adamantine and dragon cum, and you're like floating around and you're stabbing God in the face, being like, ha 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 ha, I'm level 800 million. Like you can ascend to a fucking demigod, and like it's just like, we're doomed. Like, yes, the hero, and it's like, yeah, hi. You were in a completely different story than these fuckers. Yeah, because like Elona Plus quite literally expands the story because the main villain, mind you, this is the funny thing, the main fucking villain of the story is Elric. Yeah, you fight Elric. The main villain of the storyline is Elric. Technically Moonglum. Elric? Yes. Seymour, the Crown Prince of Zanan, is Seymour, the Crown Prince of Zanan, is an albino. Is an albino asshole who wants to undo the world because he's an asshole, but he's also a great warrior and magician and all of these other things. And you want to know what happens when you kill the main bad guy, when you defeat the main villain of the game? Like if I go back to not the main story, I want to do the if you defeat the main villain of the story, Zeom the False Prophet, there's a secret. You've spawned Orphe, the Chaos Child, and who has Mournblade. The little, artifacts reference sort of the same names featured in Michael Moorcock's Elric series of books wielded by Elric's cousin Yrkrun. You know, Mournblade's more famous brother, Stormbringer, is included in Elona. Literally, they bring in one of the aspects of Mournblade. One of the aspects of the Eternal Champion shows up, and you just got to defeat him, I think. As you defeat Messiah, go explore. Elric is gonna make the fact that you do the main story of the base game. I have no idea what's going on. The Chaos Elf guy, that Elric? Yes, Elric. The main villain is literally Elric, and you're the Eternal Champion. Effectively, you are the Eternal Champion in this game. You fucking show up, you cannot die, you keep doing things, and you are trying to defeat a Chaos God. Except, mind you, you are the fact that you are a, heroic badass superhero, and then you just ignore the actual plot going on. You don't deal with Elric. You don't fight Elric. Elric's just there. He's doing his own plot line. To the point where he's completely separate. You'd meet two of the actual protagonists of the main story. They're the two people you meet right at the beginning of the game. And it's like, what the fuck? Where's the fucking... there was a wiki saying, like, where everything was. Because it's... I'm trying to find it now, because there was actually, like, a wiki going over each of the continents. Because you get, like, one thing, like, Urals is not a race. They call them races. But to give you an idea... From what I know, Urals, Uladurna, and the jury are all actually human. The Elia are just elves. The dwarves are just dwarves. That's what I know. Like, that's just baseline information. Everything else is exactly as it says it is. I have no fucking idea how any of this shit works. Because technically, I could probably truncate all of these into just being human. That would be a lot easier. So you could also say, I'm from Zanan. Because being from Zanan is its own thing. What I would really like to, like, figure out, like, all the actual fucking the fuck is it? Yeah, because they don't say, like, oh, they're human or not, because fuck me, I guess. Noah's... you know what? There's one place that I might know who might know. JP, I've come to bargain. Because guess who has a perpetual Elona general? Fun fact. Let's see. There we go. This is what I need to find. You know, this entirely Japanese fucking wiki. Because we live in Clown Town. Because we want to do... Yeah. These are the main characters, by the way. These are the actual, like, relevant characters to the story. As you see right here, Milt, who shuns Zanan, he was frail, down, alienated by his first wife. He lost his mother at a young age and grew up to be very introverted. Custom making Meredith fire in honor of ancient military power of Zanan. Yeah, killed his brother and gained power, but could not exercise it. He became desperate, wanted to do that. Yeah, he's effectively Elric. You learn how to just vibe with it. These are all the main characters. You, my friend, are irrelevant, and it will always be the funniest thing in the fucking world. See where things start getting complicated, because I do not think they actually... Northern Hemisphere, people blessings. Different cultures exist in the continent. Kingdom of Eurus and the Kingdom of Saifa, the main islands. You trade out for the main culture. Marnis Fada. Yeah, so we need to find... Are you the right kingdom? Yeah, ancient Eurus. So... And his new nation is remarkable in recent years. His adopted monarchy established current position through the research and legacy of past civilization. Really sits on the throne, 517. Yeah, these guys invented guns, fun fact. And because they've invented guns, what about all this bullshit? Don't question it. That's the real question. Like, okay. Nope. Think it too hard. We're just gonna have to fucking. And none of them is you. There are 3 protagonists. Arguably, there are 3 fucking protagonists. Kill the 2 main protagonists with unique drops when possible. Also, did they retcon the part where Lomas was implied to kill the beggar living in the cage? No, not really. Sounds like shit post with decent plot. Urals the Americans. They use guns and expansionist empires. Yours the Germanics. They are brutish and stupid. Puppy Cave is where you go farm like, it's funny because I do not believe they actually gave a shit about the lore. The lore is irrelevant. But that's kind of like what I was talking about with that's kind of like what I was talking about with Blue Archive. It's funny how if you don't have lore for something, you end up in a situation for like TRPGs where it's just like, I have genuinely no fucking idea how this works. Because by sheer technicality, they refer to all of these people as different races. However, I know for a fact that all of these are pretty much just human. I'm like 90% sure they are just human. But I don't know. I really don't know. That's like one of the funny parts. Like, I cannot really tell them, like, yeah, these guys are like definitely human. They look human. Like, they look human, definitely. But are they? I don't fucking know. I mean, I'm assuming, but they call everything races, which it's like humans, robots, Germans. What do you mean? They are multiple races. Humans, robots, and Germans. Yeah, it is quite literally like, yes. Yes, How can I forget, you know, the powerful goblin people? There are no goblins in the game. There's enemy goblins. Are they common? I don't fucking know. Like, part of me is like, am I going to have to fucking improvise all of this? And there's a part of me who I'm like fairly certain that I'm going to have to improvise a lot of this, fun fact. But if we're being precise, we could probably just assign these as human and then give all of them like a single bump somewhere else. Because if let's find the average human, shall we? We want to find the average man. Tell me, what is the average man? What is a man? What a miserable pile of secrets. So, strength is normal. Con is, I'm seeing normal across the board. We've got not bad, not bad, not bad. So everyone's pretty much not bad. Here, we've got Dex. We got Dex, Perception, Learning, mag, charisma, and will. I'm clad in faith. Okay. Ow, my eye. So if we look at Dex, 4 to 8, 6 to 12, 4 to 7. So, I mean, if we're looking at this here, I guess it would be... I guess the average would be normal. But Juere bump. So good, not bad. So everyone's pretty good at perception. Everyone is great learning, good learning, not bad learning. So everyone's good at learning. Like, we're middle of the road, we're good, we're not bad at learning. Magic, we're great, not bad. So we're going to be not bad at it. Charisma, normal, good, not bad. I fucking hate this already. Good. Oh, Jesus Christ almighty. We're already not bad at... Like, we're just not bad at everything. Fuck. God damn it. I can make human a singular race. The problem is they are also different. That's the thing. They are slightly different from one another. That's why I'm like racial heritages. That's why I'm like even like ancestries. We could be the pretentious type and put ancestries down. So we can split them all up. Haha, hee hee, hoo hoo. They'll never know my little trick. Each nation is part of a nation or people. These decide. While most of the inhabitants of Ilva are human of some variety. Their culture can dramatically shift their perception and abilities. Each ancestry, each ancestry has a number, has a ranking. If we go here, a freak to technically we're going to have to be has a ranking of freak to best in each of their attributes. These will indicate what kind of die and bonus are applied when rolling their attributes later on. Each ancestor, in addition to their attributes, each ancestry has an inheritance. Which as an initial each ancestry has an inheritance which acts as a ability, acts as a passive which acts as a bonus, which has an inheritance which further separates them from the others. Common ancestries. We do common ancestry. Common ancestries. Common ancestries can be found anywhere, while more exotic ones may be fairly rare or shunned in communities. Okay. What's your ranking, freak? Fucking freak. So how many? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We technically have 11, so we need to enter a table with a total of... I'm going to put 11 squares here, but we don't really need that many squares. We need... Okay, we've got this. We're going to reduce the size a little bit. We're going to reduce the size to 8, I think. So we've got this. So this is where things start getting funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 8. Okay, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ancestry, strength, constitution. What do I want? Ancestry, strength, constitution. We're not worrying about. We're not worrying about speed, because speed's going to be a little different. Speed's going to be... Yeah, speed's kind of its own thing. Dexterity, perception, or learning, willpower, magic. So, welcome to the wonderful world where we get to play around with size categories to make sure everything fits. Yay! It's so much fun. 5, 6. Do I have to go to point? Okay, if I go to 0.8, I can fit everything in here. However, it's not big enough for everything, so we have to reduce the size down. Or we do something, if I go down to literally 7, everything will fit. We go down to 7. That is very small, but it does work. Just make cultures and make races the odd ones. North Tyrus could be the world's is also the world's equivalent of Poland. No, this is the weird thing. They do not talk about any other setting except North Tyrus. North Tyrus sucks. Everything in North Tyrus is terrible, but there's actually like kingdoms and people like live there. According to the lore, South Tyrus is quite literally a badland, no man's land nightmare area. However, there is also the massive kingdom down there who is a militarist superpower. Sometimes. Because people have sent, like, armies over the world and lore make no fucking sense. By just a pure logistical standard. They make absolutely no fucking sense. It is completely bananas what's going on in this fucking land. It is completely bananas. There is no such thing as consistency. It's amazing. So, if we want to do, these would be the main races. Then we have the Urals. We have the Iludama, the Juere. We're not adding snails, actually, fun fact. I made kind of a call. I'm not going to put in some of the more meme stuff. For the simple reason that I want to keep things fairly consistent. Hence, but we still have golems. You know, golems and mutants. Snail and lich were kind of like my... I want to make sure that this is good for an actual RPG, but that's also a reason why I did seriously consider cutting fairies, because fairies can fucking fly. You don't think about, hey, this fairy can fly. You don't think about it, but then you realize, oh, flying kind of changes things. Uh-oh. Yeah, technically, like, if we want to be real particular, we could add in everything, but if we just want to add in our very basic, like, we want to add in our very basic races. Mutant, Golem, Goblin, Elia, Dwarf, Fairy, Urals, Luderna, ULDRN, Illiderna, Jure, and Zanan. Zanani. Technically, it would be Zanani or Zananzabar. I'm going to put a note next to each of these saying those are humans. It's us! The humans are here! Yay! The humans are alive! We're here! We're saved! Oh no! The humans are here! Okay. Now, this is where things start getting complicated, because I need to transfer every single one of these over to the new way of doing the math. So yeah, this is the new math. This is the old math, so get ready for fun. It's gonna be fun, everyone. I know I'm having a lot of fun. Fun with a capital F. So, if we're being dwarf, so we're good. So that would be, if we adapt this to our original chart for everything. Because this is the original chart, because technically there's variations of good and not good. Technically, so you see where things can get a little bit confusing with things. Actually, what it might be, dude. It might be easier visually if I just did this. Because I need to... So if we do... I effectively need to make sure that every single one we want to do good. So we are good. So actually Constitution is good. Good, and actually if we're basing it off of the normal, that would be 2. I would say +2, +2. Not bad. I don't have actually a good name. I don't really have a good name for it. So dexterity would be not bad. So we'll do not bad +1. This is its ranks from normal. Perception would be normal. So I just kind of want to get a good idea of like where everybody is, roughly speaking. Because most people are normal. Learning is normal. Magic is normal. Technically normal. Because technically there is, if you want to be really particular, like, there's 2 variations of normal. Like, that's the weird thing. There's actually 2 variations of normal, and if we want to be really specific, this 3 to 6 variant is actually little. And actually, I should probably change that to slight. It says normal, but that's actually not the case, really, because it would be little plus plus. Sounds kind of silly to say, but yes, little plus plus would actually be where it would be. There's actually other ones with little plus plus. This is a little bit weird because the actual math behind this would be 2 plus 1d5. That would be the, if you want to be really specific, it would be, 2d1 plus 5, because that would generate 3 to 6. Actually, no, that wouldn't be right either. It would be 1 plus 1d5. No, it would be 2 plus 1d4? Yeah, it would be 2 plus 1d4. So it's actually normal. It would be 2 plus 1d4 would be normal, would be lesser normal. I didn't even realize that. And that also does place perception in a weird... Because technically now it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so actually willpower would be normal. So you have a, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'd have a +2 for dwarves. So dwarves are naturally at a +2. I'm doing this correctly. So it'd be good, good, not bad. Good, good, not bad. Perception is slight, slight, slight. Light, light, slight, slight, normal. Cool. Welcome to every single thing we need to do. Because we need to because the stats in this fucking game make no goddamn sense. Because they're all determined by complete insanity. I don't even think the game even has flying, just hovering that avoids pits. Yeah, but the problem is the way that fairies are displayed. Because if you go out to, like, if we just want to say Elona fairy, and you're like, okay, what does a fairy look like? Technically, if you want to be really precise, these are what fairies look like. Fairies are winged humanoids that fly around. They are actual literal fairies that just are around and show up and do stuff. They're supposed to be like this. Now, anybody can probably say, hey, that doesn't make any fucking sense. How can you be a fairy and do things like that? And the answer is, don't think about it. The game fucking doesn't. Yeah, you can technically have a 178 centimeter long fairy. Like, they make no effort to be like, yeah, it doesn't. This makes sense. It doesn't. There's no sense is made. Welcome to my life. This is me. I'm ready. It can't be any worse, right? Right. So, Elia would have normal strength. Actually, no, they have slight strength. Slight strength, slight con, not bad dexterity, not bad perception, not bad learning. Not bad learning. They have great willpower. Let me just put great. So great would be a 1, 2, 3 would be a +3. Charisma is good. So that would actually be greater good, actually, if we want to be really, really specific, it would be greater good. And, they would have greater magic. So they've got good, which is +2. Magic would be best, I think. Do they have best? Do they have actually best magic? 7, 13. No, they have great magic, though. So there we go. So it would be slight, not bad, not bad. Great, good, great. Actually, learning, not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Willpower, great, good, great. Also realized I put these in completely the wrong order, so I'm going to readjust these real fast for myself in the future. Do that. Let's see. So, great, great, good. So, go to Aerodama. So I have to cross-reference the old. I have to cross-reference the old math. That's where things start getting a little bit wonky, because the old math, like, this isn't normal. This is slight this is technically it's little plus plus, or it's lesser normal. It's not real normal, it's lesser normal. You aren't normal, you're not really that normal at all. Okay, so the magic human, slight normal. Your normal dexterity would be normal. Perception is good. Perception is good. Learning is not bad. Willpower is good. Magic is great. Charisma is not bad. Type this in. Slight, normal, normal. Slight, normal, 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 good. Not bad, good, great. Good, great, not bad. Technically, dwarf chads are not doing too hot, everybody. You are very far behind, relatively speaking. Let's see, so we want the fairies now. Let's open up the fairies. Fairies are going to be very difficult because they're... because as you can see, they're the first ones who have very drastic shifts in their fucking... their fucking life. So we actually have our first littles. I guess that's appropriate. Little... See, that's 5 to 9, isn't it? Yeah, 5 to 9 would be technically not bad, not good. 5 to 9 we would do... I guess we would put you at... Yeah, you would be not bad. Not bad. Perception is good. Learning is not bad. Willpower is not bad. Magic is great. Charisma is great. We might be able to give... Do we give them best? If we give best to the fairies, that's going to shift them to be magic casters, but they're going to be fragile because we're going to have to do... So it'll be little, not bad, good. Little, not bad, good. Not bad, best, great. Goblins! Hello, welcome to me. It's me, the goblin. I'm a goblin, everybody. I'm a little goblin man. Woohoo! Woohoo! I'm a little goblin. Look at me. I'm a little goblin. I'm gobbling those damn nuts. It's me, goblin owls. I'm a little goblinoid. Goblins would be not bad. They have not bad con. They've got little dexterity. Technically, that would be slight dexterity here. Perception is slight dexterity. Learning is not bad. Dexterity is... Or willpower, actually. Normal. Their magic is... Well, charisma is 2 to 4. That would be... That's catastrophically low. 2 to 4 is technically little, which is slightly above the old slight. So we would do... Yeah, little. It would be little. Not bad, not bad. Not bad, slight, not bad, not bad, slight. Not bad, normal. Bad, normal. I know it would be little. A gene engine. New skills can be learned by augmenting pets. For example, by combining your dog, you may receive the beginning of the game. The poor little girl purpose from Durfee. Dog may learn detection, performer, investing, tactics, and 2-hand. Tactics is very valuable for a dog. Dog's melee damage. A single donor may donate 2 skills. The real strength piano is brute strength lugging around. Let's see. I don't think the game is even half flying. Yes, technically, Yeah, no, literally that is the way you should gene engineer. Which, fun fact, that's something I have to deal with. I know how to do it, though. That's the big thing. I know how to do it. It is going to be complicated, though. Golem. You want to be Gallums? Ah, that's not a goblin. I'm a golem. I want to be a Gallum. See, like, one of the big things with the golem is that they offset some of their issues with. So golems have their good, best, little, slight, little, not bad, normal, little. So, want to do good, best, little. Light, little, not bad. Not bad, normal, little. Oh, joli. Olé. Olé. The normal. Yes, that is actually. It would be completely. They do have normal stats. They're normal here. They are not bad. They have great decks. Are good here. Be a good dog. Good learning. Not bad. Not bad. Actually, they could. Actually, charisma, they'd be great at. I think they'd be great at charisma. It would be normal, not bad, great. Good, not bad. Not bad, great. Mutant. I'm a mutant. You mutie. Silly muties. You can't have nice things. Nobody loves you. Silly muties. Everybody, quick, laugh at the silly mutie. He's a mutant. An abomination of God. Not bad. What silly being? What a silly little Billy. What a silly little Billy. Dexterity, little, slight. Perception would be normal. Learning is normal. Will is not bad. Magic, normal. Charisma, freak. So, not bad, slight. Normal, not bad. Normal, not bad. Normal, The first and only freak. Ah, what a beautiful freak you are. You abomination. You godforsaken creature. Let's see, we are Urals, we are normal. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Generally speaking, like, they're pretty normal all things across the board. These guys are great here. Great at learning. Not bad willpower, not bad magic, and they are normal charismatic. They have normal charisma. They are decisively pretty normal. Normal, not bad, not bad, not bad. Turns out the guys who are supposed to be played normally are normal. Great, not bad, normal. Normal, great, not bad, normal. Zenan are technically unique, so we're going to open up the Zenan race. So we're going to... Zenan are not normally playable, however. Strength. Mm. 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 Not bad. Not bad. Normal, good, not bad, not bad. I should come up with a new name for that. But not bad is currently the best, is the kind of the name that has been used there. Normal, not bad, good. There we go. Every race is now included. If we want to be... I will probably reorganize these slightly to be in the right order. But what I should put down is... These ancestries are relatively rare. These ancestries are relatively rare and not seen frequently. So how do I want it? Playing a mutant seems to suck. Yes. Hello. Yes. Hello, Dirty. Sorry, I was getting real focused there. It's called getting real into it and being real focused. I tend to zone out a little bit. Mutants have a very unique advantage. Mutants' main advantage is that they mutate. Every level, you effectively get a new limb. Every level. So you can have 4 arms, 4 legs, 2 heads, multiple other mutations that kind of erupt from your body. And that means you can equip more things. That's the big thing with the mutant, is that you have a lot of... It's one of those things where by the time you hit, quote, late game, you've mutated to the point where you can, wield 8 different weapons in each of your hands. Because you have hands growing out of your hands and shit. The mutants' main ability is that the fact that they are a freak of goddamn nature and everyone is terrified of them. That's the secret. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. We are going to... Doesn't look like we got a lot done, but we've got the basics done. We've got the basics of character creation, which I always feel to be the most important when it comes to things like this. We've got a fundamental in place. So we're going to put this right here. We kind of understand how to play the game, and we've determined our ancestry. What do we need to do next? What is priority? How are we going to do this? Well, first things first, we have the hero's destiny. We have our character creation segment. Character creation, we need to go over classes. We actually know what we need to do is we need to do, under ancestry anyway, we need to go over ancestry feats, kind of unique features that they have with them. We need to go over ancestry. That's not going to be too difficult. Then we're going to start going over... classes. Classes are going to have initial skills. We're going to have initial skills. Classes initial skills. Actually, I should say class attributes. Class feats. Class initial skills. And then we can also do classes. Equipment, maybe. Then we're going to detail attributes. Then we're going to detail skills. We need to go over what a class looks like and what an ancestry looks like. So you can be like, oh, well, okay, I'm playing a Ural's warrior. What does a Ural's warrior look like? It looks like this. Then we're going to cover skills, and from attributes, it's going to be, we are going to then determine, actually, no, we determine ancestry feats, ancestry health, ancestry MP. Actually, we could do ancestry speed. Classes attributes, the attribute reference chart. Then from here we can determine... Then we determine skills, which is going to be we're going to do the skill list / description, initial skill, initial skill. I guess you would say like dependencies. So we do the initial skill dependencies because that's how we're going to determine our base skills. From there, then we get into HP, MP, and speed, kind of Little bit weirdly derived, but not quite. Not quite. HP is going to be our health. MP is going to be our mana. Speed. Speed is ancestral. Bonus with bonuses. All of these. So you need to get all of your attributes and ancestry stuff hammered out. And at that point, we determine that character creation should be done at that point. So that's what a hero's destiny is going to look like. From there, we're going to have to get into... let me think. Once the character creation is done, once a full character is set up and ready to go, then we're going to start dealing with adventuring and traveling. With adventuring and traveling is going to be mostly adventuring the land. Then we're going to be surviving the land. Problems. Going to be immediately going into blood and sweat, which is going to be the combat section. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat right now. Mechanically, they're just as bad stats, and their racial can be detrimental. Yeah, that's the joke. They are literally a meme race. Do not play a mutant. That's kind of the thing. They're in there literally because they're supposed to be. Blood, sweat, and combat. The combat should be easy enough. Again, it's going to be mostly things like initiative. Like we're going to have basic initiative. Actually, going to be. Do we want slot initiative? No, it's going to be strike rank initiative. I know that much. Strike ranking initiative. Good old strike ranks, baby, which is going to be determined by probably a few different factors. I kind of have an idea of how I want to do things. Once strike ranks are done, we're going to do combat basics. Combat. And now from there, things get a little bit wonkier because then we're going to have to do magic. Probably what I'll do is magic. Various spells. Then we're going to have to get into... So it's going to be magic. Equipment and gear is going to be a little bit weird because we're going to have to do the quality. It's going to be the how do I want to do it? Material. It's going to be the effectively. It's going to be the, lack of a better word, the item material quality system, the IMQ. Every single thing you get is going to be part of the IMQ. What is it? What material is it made of? What is its quality? I have a sword made of iron and it is good. Boom, you determine everything you need to know. I have a chest plate that is made of wood and it sucks. You've determined everything. Everything is going to be part of that IMQ system. It's also going to allow me to roll things up for people. So if you want to get the... Should put in the your random gear charts is just going to be rolling their IMQs. I have rolled armor and it is a chest plate made of metal. That is good. Boom, 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 boom. That's all you need. I have rolled a weapon that is an axe that is made of steel, and it is terrible. Bump, 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 bump. IMQ. That's everything you kind of need. Most gear items shouldn't be too complicated. Most scrolls are just going to be either spells. They're going to be one-shot spells. Effectively, that's how scrolls kind of work in the game anyway. You use a scroll, you cast the spell immediately. You don't have to really burn any mana doing it. That's the advantage of having the scrolls, so we don't really need to worry about that. Scrolls mimic things. Books allow you to use spells, and if you're a good wizard, you can actually learn those spells, so that's something we kind of put in there. What else am I missing? What else am I missing? Because again, this is the phase where you just need to plan things out. We're just planning things out right now. What else do we need? You got 10 people here. What else do you think we need from my... Let's see, we've got I'm a cloud and fur. Fuck. Where do we put feats? Maybe we put feats right here. Maybe we put feats right there. Equipment, gear. I guess actually we would do the enemy system at that point. Enemies, pets, and enemies, pets, and followers. Pretty much every single enemy, every single character is going to have a much simplified character sheet. And this character sheet is going to be what I want to occur is you as a GM, you as the dungeon master, write on a note card. If someone says, "I have my dog, I love my dog, he's going to be helping me out." You're going to take that note card, you're going to write down all of the dog's basic stats, and you're going to hand it to him. Being like, "This is your dog, this is your follower, this is this." And as a GM, you can use these note cards as well, this note card system I want to make, to also just make enemies. Say, hey, you've got 5 infantrymen. You can quickly just jot down what the infantry look like. You automatically know what they are. And you automatically know what their skills are. You know how they're going to act. You know what equipment they have on. You know, like, they have a weapon. What's their combat skill? I'm going to have to probably truncate a lot of the skills down. Because, so for them, instead of having, like, all these different crafting or combat abilities, they're just going to have the combat skill with a really specific thing they're good at. And if you hand them something that isn't that, they're not going to do as well with it. It's like, yeah, here, you're really good with gun. You know, you have a firearm skill. Here, use this sword. They're going to have half their combat skill. Hey, you have this. They're going to have half their defense skill if they're not kind of in a place where they're supposed to be. How I'm going to do that? No idea. Oh, goodness. Some sort of enemy catalog? Not necessarily like an enemy catalog, but like... Because one of the issues with... Also, thanks... God, you're gonna make me say that, aren't you? Thank you for following Mando Pig Thing. Mando Pig Thing? Mando Pig Thing? Mandalore? Mando. Some sort... It's not necessarily going to be like a catalog. It's going to be like... Because there's so many different types of enemies in the game. But one of the issues is... Every enemy can be recruited. That's one of the big things. That's one of the really complicated factors. Because there's monster balls. And if you throw a monster ball at something, you can recruit them. You have them in your service. Slavery is pretty big in North Tiris. Slavery is just accepted. Everybody can be a slave, and that's just a thing. So I need to make it so that every enemy can also be used as an ally. You can leverage them, which is I will say this, one of the very few aspects of EBTA game about Fellowship. That's a Fellowship that I thought was actually really interesting and I really liked, actually. Because in Fellowship, every single enemy can be recruited, and every single encounter with an enemy has that as a basic idea that they can join the Fellowship. And I like that. I think that's kind of a cool idea, and I kind of want to do that same thing here with the idea of, if we've got this, you can suddenly start doing with a lot of different ideas of, hey, I've recruited someone. Do the monster balls look like country tiger balls? They look like Pokeballs, McDrewsalt. They're just Pokeballs. That's the joke. Because Noah added Pokeballs, because fuck you, that's why. So, when I say monster balls, I am quite literally meaning Pokeball. You throw them at enemies who are weakened and capture them, and then use them for genetic experimentation, but we don't talk about that part. Because that was a big aspect of what the commissioner wanted, was a lot of the pet aspect, a lot of the kind of the pet abilities and things like that. That was a fairly major fact that they wanted. So I'm gonna say, yes, this is what we're gonna give you. This is how we're gonna do things. So I've got a few ideas of how to do it. How to pull it all together, very different. Once we get through character creation, I think I'll have a better idea of how to do things. That makes sense. So I'm going to be playing with that, see if I've been trying. I was actually looking, like, what are some good pet mechanics? And they're like, oh, consider the entirety of Pathfinder Eidolons. I'm like, abso-fucking-lutely not. That's not the right answer there. So yeah, I'm gonna play around with that, see what I can do. Because the thing with Elona that's very interesting is that every single enemy, every single character, every single thing technically operates on the same wavelength. So, for example, the bears have stats. Bears will roll their own stats. These are their stats. And if you recruit bears somehow, and if you recruit a bunch of bears and have them join you as a friend, they will have randomized stats like this. And they will roll that. These will be their stats. Hey, I want to recruit a Medusa. What do the Medusas look like? What does this Medusi look like? They look like this. And they might have a class. They might have features with them that give them bonus attributes and bonus abilities. So that's where that's kind of like the idea of, like, I need to, because as you can kind of see, they have skill, they have classes, and like advanced characters can get a class, because as you can see, what's a Medusa type enemy? There are war mages. What does a bear look like? Let's play. What's a bear look like? Show me the bear. Let's see, I want to fight. What are some enemy types? Tell me more about enemies. I want to know about the enemies. Baptists. Let's see. We've got orcs. What do orcs look like? We don't really know. Yeah, just to kind of give you the idea, like, it's interesting. Like, whom dwell in vanity. Like, yeah, here's a Jure warrior. Like, this is just what he is. He has a skill. He has a actual class. And there's quite a few different classes to worry about. And it's like, what is a bear? A bear is a warrior. So they're going to have different bonuses. It's like, oh God almighty. Oh God. Oh no. Bum, 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 yeah, as you can see, the Omake has quite a few different skills and abilities and things with it which we are not using at all, nor will we think about it. Okay, we're not going to worry about it. It's like, yeah, what does the tourist do? Tourists are awful. Oh, oh yeah. This is what this is what a majority of fucking animals use. They use the predator class. Hey, you can be a bear predator, and they just find you and eat you. Fighter enemies, for example, just an NPC with floating and equipped grenade and a railgun special feature. A fighter jet enemy, for example, effectively is just an NPC with floating, an equipped grenade, and a railgun special racial skill. Isn't recruiting a bunch of bears and having them as friends the plot of Bastard Bonds? Yes, effectively. So I'm going to call it there. I think we've made good progress on things, and Wednesday we are going to rip through character creation. Oh, Unopad is floating now. I just float out. Yeah, I just got it. Well, sucks to suck. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. Yes, I am. I've always been floating. Oh, my heart is blazing. Ow. I'm always here. Floating. In the void. I've got my backpack. I've got my pot helmet. I originally was going to make like a knight guy, but then I'm like, no, that's not cool enough. I need to look like a schizophrenic who equips everything, because that's who I am. In any roguelike, I am the kind of person who picks up every single item and will like look at every single item. That's just who I am as a person. And I'm a loot hound. I've always have been. I've always will be. You cannot stop me. And if you try it, I will end you. This can also work as the Dragon's Dogma RPG. See, if I want to do a Dragon's Dogma RPG, I would just adapt Sword World's Fellowship mechanic. That's all I would do. I would literally just equip the Fellowship mechanic, which, honest to God, may not be a bad idea for this game. I'll have you know, Sterner, slavery, the pawns are not slaves. They literally have no free will. That will always be one of those weird, like, what the fuck? Where's the torso from? This is actually just AI generated, fun fact. I've been playing, I played with Niji a little bit, and I literally just genned this up, and it looked kind of neat. I used .hack, because I'm like, thingies are very good for companions or like hirelings, in my opinion. Exactly. So And because we're going to have such a high number of them, because there is a chance that every single player will have multiple companions. That's the horrifying aspect. That right there is the real horror, is that there's a chance that your party of like 4 may be a party of 10 or 12 even, because everyone's going to have friends, and that's the horrifying thing. So this system of like companions or pets or whatever needs to be as streamlined and easy as possible. It needs to be as simplistic to get across as I physically can. And if I can do that, I fucking won. Alright. Go ahead, Godspeed. Good luck. Love you all. Rift breakers, use them so you could bring healers and shit with you. Rift breakers. Post that in the server so I could look more deeply into it. Because I'm not lying when I say I am looking for fucking anything at this point. So, feel free to give me any suggestions on the server. You know how it is. Alright.